Gentlemen, I think we're live. We are live. This wonderful evening, we have a lot of stuff we're going to cover. Boosted. Hello. I'm going to keep going. Yeah, what are we going to talk about tonight? We're going to talk about the new Luxe, apparently. We're going to talk about the $900 die Boomstick. Ron! Becoming a pro member. There's some perks to that pro membership, you guys. Well, any of the channel memberships, any channel membership, it's going to say pro. There's only one level. It's all pro. You guys are awesome. New Luxe, $500 barrel kit. We're going to do a NXL World Cup Preview. There's more information on the Cyborg that we really, have almost all the information now. Maybe not all of it, but a lot more. But without further ado, the best paintball gear retailer, I don't know what I'm talking about, the best paintball store on the planet. You know, the only place I've actually ever bought paintball stuff from in like the last decade? Easy. BFP Gear. I was there Saturday. BFPgear.com. They're doing all of those fantastic Black Friday sales, and Virtue started theirs a little bit early. Some very good sales at bfpgear.com. There's a link in the description. Maybe you're looking to pick yourself up a brand new Spire. I mean, they're almost $70 off, $66 off. Spire IR2s are on sale. Lots of Virtue stuff. More Black Friday deals to come, I will point out, at bfpgear.com. Make sure to use those links in the description of these videos so they know who sent you over, you know. Them being able to know that this advertising actually works is always a good thing. It helps me. It helps bfpgear.com. Check out links below. Clifton, hello from Las Vegas. This coffee is going to be really hot. You can probably see that it's going to be really hot. That's not too bad. I thought it was going to be unmanageable. I guess we'll just kick off said live stream with the very first topic in my list, the Lux Air. Potentially. I mean, that's what we assume it's called. You know, I haven't actually heard anyone pronounce it yet, but we're going to assume the Lux Air. We have a little bit of a slideshow. We will let this thing go and I will talk. So far they've put out 2 slides. The very first thing we saw, or like teasers or whatever. This was the very first thing we saw, followed by this one. And I got some questions about this one. And then I just kind of like lightened it up right here so you can kind of like maybe see the silhouette a little bit better. But these are the same things, just kind of like I messed with the color a little bit, so it's a little bit lighter. The Lux Air. So we don't really know a whole ton about this thing. I mean, the only things that we really know for sure is that Method Paintball and DLX have been working together to bring this new gun to fruition. The most recent thing we've seen that's been like that was when Shocker, Shocker and DLX Luxe are the same company. When they released the Shocker, the Method Shocker, that was really essentially just a Shocker era with a Method bolt. So this begs the question, is this just going to be a Lux Idol with a Shocker? No, a Lux Idol with an upgraded Method bolt. We don't know, but we do know, yes, that it will be coming out at World Cup. So we will see a complete release at World Cup coming up here just in a few days. World Cup technically starts November 12th. So only here in 9 days. But it's possible we'll probably see a little bit more information. They said it will be shipping very close to World Cup, but will be shipping after World Cup. So, you know, I imagine maybe a couple weeks after World Cup or something like that. Other than that, I mean, that's really all we know. We know the name, the Lux Air, most likely. We know it's going to be released at World Cup. We know that it will be shipping after World Cup. That's all. And we do, I guess, should say, it is a collaboration with Method Paintball and DLX. So it will have some sort of Method parts at least. But what I really do hope for is that it's a whole different gun, not just like an idle with a Method bolt. Which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. It's just a little bit more exciting to see. Yeah, brand new, whole up redesigned gun. Kind of like we'll talk about the Cyborg later here. And the Cyborg's definitely, I don't know, maybe a little bit more ground up redesign. Some things that stand out a little bit. I have a little bit of notes I'm going to riff on. OLED screen. So on the Lux Idol, the Lux Idol does have the huge OLED screen. Right here is the Lux Idol. It does have that huge OLED screen on the side. This does not appear to have that. If we look really, really close, I mean, it does not have that cutaway for the screen. Neither does that, like, render or whatever we're going to call that. It does not look like the OLED screen is at least in the same position. If we look at these pictures, if we look at that picture, I mean, just everything looks different to me. I mean, from this picture, it looks like there's no OLED screen. It looks like the ergonomics are substantially different. It looks like the whole gun is quite a bit shorter from this angle. It looks like the frame is completely shaped different. The rear side of the frame is way different. The foregrip looks like it's completely shaped different. It looks a lot thinner than on previous guns. The ASA looks completely shaped different to me. It looks just like way different, but it doesn't look like right there. All those things just look different, right? The trigger frame looks different. The on-off, that ASA is much more like rounded on the body. The whole gun looks more compact. The trigger frame or the foregrip looks different, but it doesn't look as different right there, right? I mean, I think we can kind of see those same cues, like that on-off, that ASA does look a little bit more round in this picture. Maybe it looks a little shorter, but this version, it just kind of looks like the same length or the same body size as the Lux Idol. So we're not really sure. I don't know. I don't really like this image for some reason. Like, doesn't it just not look real? Like, if you really just look at it, I don't know. Something about it I just don't like. Foregrip, I don't know. Not that I don't think the gun looks good. I just am a little like, I feel like this is AI like generated somehow. Like, something is just weird about this whole image. Like, I even got it in Photoshop earlier and was lining up the ports on the barrel, and they don't really line up. But I was like, that could just be this angle. And I mean, the angle of the gun could be making it look all weird, because it's not like side on. It's like this kind of weird cattywampus. Hold on, I'm going all over the place. Let's reset this transformation. Yeah, it just looks a little weird. I don't know. Something about it. I mean, I have noticed other gun manufacturers using AI stuff, so I don't know. It's just a little odd. I don't know if anyone else has even thought about that or that stands out to anybody, but all the weird lines and stuff to me, I don't know. I mean, I guess that one looks a little better. When you change the colors around, it doesn't look as bad. I really like this, though. I think that looks really cool. It's kind of just creative and neat. But that's all we know, that it's coming out. I kind of wonder about the name, The Luxe, since it's been a thing, really, I mean, was forever until these last two versions, was known for being the quietest gun, the softest shot, and really easy in shooting. And it was really easy on paint, and they had that traditional spool valve style feel when they shot. So I wonder if this AIRE name makes it kind of, maybe they're going to go maybe a little bit toward that again, because we've seen a lot of these manufacturers kind of make a different version of the same bolt system the last few years, and having something that maybe separated them again would be kind of interesting. So I kind of hope that maybe that name does live up to that, like, I don't know, softer shot or something like that. Hopefully that's what, hopefully what we can see a little bit. In new Luxes, that's all we've got for a new Lux. That's all we know. It's coming. If you're here right now, make sure to give the live stream a like. It's always helpful. Lux, the Cadillac of markers. Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty good. I like that one. Some brain says Lux is more the Hyundai of ripped off design elements from other cool things. That's not bad though. It's not necessarily bad. I mean, I could agree with both of you, but ripped off designs, it's not always bad, you know. The other company proved it worked, so let's just do that. What else we doing? Give the live stream a like. I'm going to tell people to like the live stream again. And then we'll talk about these goddamn barrels, which we definitely have a little bit more information on. There's definitely more information on the barrels. Ron, can you give Northern Virginia Trauma a sickening shout out for for winning the NRPL? R and the P are hard to see together. The NRPL D5 series in Severn, Maryland. Ducky Cody Bunker James. Who's Bunker James? Banana Man Pat. That's a good name. Banana Man Pat's great. And Tyler. There's your shout out. Okay, we're moving on. The die. Okay, here. Hold on. I gotta get ready for this one. The name on this barrel is just ridiculous. This, guys, is the die Boomstick I. Hold on. The die Paintball Boomstick I Ti FCI Kit. The die Paintball Boomstick, or you could just say the die Boomstick I Ti FCI Kit. Yeah, I don't know what else to call this. The Boomstick I Forged Carbon Titanium, I guess, or something. It's got a very long name. What the hell is this thing? This is a 300 set limited edition, $900 a barrel kit. Why $900? What the hell is making this $900? I mean, really, it's just one thing that's making it $900. It has titanium inserts, which is just kind of crazy. I mean, anybody who knows anything about material stuff, and I don't know anything at all, so any of you guys that actually know stuff will know how hard it is to machine titanium. Like they make machine one of these things, and then they gotta change out the drill bits because it's so hard that they have to get special tooling, and it's a lot of work to machine titanium and just manufacture the stuff. So that's really why it's so expensive. It's just that titanium itself costs a lot of money, and it just costs a lot to make it. It obviously has these carbon fiber backs as well. The FC, the forged carbon fiber backs that are made of aerospace grade forged carbon fiber. And, that adds a little bit of a cost, but we've, seen carbon fiber barrels from die before that are considerably cheaper than $300-ish, $300 is a piece. They're in that $150-ish price. So it's really that titanium that's making it so expensive. And you can see it right there. So you get the aluminum barrel tip. That is going to be the normal ULS, like ULI, I should say, the ULI barrel tip, because it is working with those PWR, those power inserts. And then there's that forged carbon fiber barrel back. I just wondered, the threads have to be aluminum on that, right? The threads have to be aluminum. Maybe they're not. I just thought of that. I don't know. Forged carbon fiber back, and then that below that, there's that just beautiful titanium barrel insert. Why titanium, though? I did a little bit of investigation here. Titanium is lightweight. Titanium, I mean, it's sort of lightweight, right? It's 60% heavier than aluminum, so it's definitely heavier than aluminum, but it's 45% lighter than stainless steel. If we were to make, like, you know, comparable barrel backs, its tensile strength is much stronger than aluminum. So tensile strength meaning like how much you can like put tension on it, right? So we can like, how much we can pull it apart. It's 2.5 times stronger than aluminum and about 20% stronger than stainless steel. It's also a lot harder, which means it's harder to scratch. It won't like chip or, you know, nothing crazy will happen because it's so hard. It's 2.5 times harder than aluminum and 20% harder than stainless steel. It's stiffer, so that means, you know, you can't bend it. It won't deform as easy. It's 60% stiffer than aluminum. Yes, 60% stiffer than aluminum, but stainless steel is still twice as stiff as titanium. It's corrosion resistant, which, you know, most of the paintball stuff we're using is corrosion resistant. It's better at heat, so it won't like deform under crazy heat. But really, it's just for it being a denser material. So it being denser means you can polish it better. So it's going to be more of a like a mirror finish, and it's very lightweight. But it's really just a really cool exotic material. I mean, I think most people want these barrels just because they're so cool and exotic. Because this isn't the first time we've seen titanium barrels. Dye did release titanium barrels a very long time ago. I had some myself back in like 2004 or something. These, though, were a reproduction made by Vintage Paintball, I want to say about 10 years ago. So this is what the original-ish, kinda, these actually don't look like the original. This is like a modern version of the titanium. But they only made 33 of these. So only 33 of these kits exist in the wild. And I found this one on Facebook. The guy was asking, I think, $1,200 for this barrel kit. So quite a bit cheaper for this forged carbon fiber kit from Dye. Yes, it's very expensive. I know it's very expensive, you guys. But it is really cool. I mean, you know, it is really cool. That's why they're only making a handful. I think they're already all sold out. So I was going to try to get to see one in real life, but I'm not, because all the ones that were allocated for like BFP Gear or SAC Paintball, they've sold them all already. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever get to see one unless, you know, I get a friend who's got one or something, but it's just crazy. It's very, very expensive, but really cool, you know. I just don't know if I like the carbon fiber, you know, like, part of me just thinks that, like, I like the old ones so much more, you know, like, the carbon fiber stuff's cool, and, like, I get it, you know, it's, like, it is kind of cool, it does look neat. I kind of like how they put the, like that gold fleck in the carbon fiber, so it kind of, like, matches or whatever. It looks really cool. It does look good. It does look cool. It is neat. But I don't know, something about like just this classic, you know, just a freaking metal barrel, I kind of just like more. Yeah. They're cool though. So if you know, you find a pair of, you know, you find a set laying around, you Just want to like give away or something. Chris, gotta find a way to pay all them lawyer fees. I wonder though, they're probably not even making a lot of money. You know, they're only selling 300. They're in stock on Dye's website. I know, it's kind of. I was on their website earlier. I was on. Let's go over to Dye. What the hell is this? What is going on here? No thanks. DyePaintball.com. Did I get it? Let's go to America. Shop. One thing I noticed was that, like, I was looking earlier. Maybe it was, like, on the actual product page. There it is. But I noticed that, like, oh, damn it. I noticed earlier that it said, like this right down here. Drop 1, I don't know what this means. It says drop 1 sold out as of 10:30. Drop 2 sold out as of 10:30. Any orders placed 10:30 and beyond will ship December upon delivery of those super limited and hard to produce items. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't quite get that. I'm like, huh. I don't know. That's all. I'll point that out. Drops. They're doing them in drops. They only made 300, and you gotta like just freaking make them all, guys. What's going on here? Yeah, one of the things that was cool, some brains, I just saw something about sparked. Yeah, one of the things that was cool about those the barrels is that I don't know what's causing it, right? I mean, obviously, like I don't know, something's happening, right? But when you shoot those barrels, you can actually see sparks come out the end. So maybe there's like a little piece of sand or like a little piece of dirt in the barrel that when the ball passes it, it like actually chips a piece of the titanium off and like sparks the titanium. And it actually shoots sparks out of the end of the gun. It's not a lot. I mean, you might see like 1 or 2, like pew! And then like a couple minutes goes by and you might see another one or something. It is kind of neat. I don't quite understand what's happening there though, because like from what I know, you know, the titanium's considerably stronger than at least the aluminum. So I think it's less likely to do that with the aluminum. But maybe we're just not seeing the spark. Maybe it just doesn't make a spark. It might also matter like what type of titanium it is as well. So like this, they say these barrels, not these barrels, these barrels are grade 9 titanium. So there's just different grades. It doesn't necessarily mean it's like better or worse. They just like have different alloy mixtures. So like this one is grade 9 is 3% aluminum and 2.5% vanadium. I had that earlier. I think it's vanadium or vanadium. I don't know, whatever. So apparently when you mix all 3 of those together, that aluminum, the titanium, and the vanadium, I don't know, it helps make it less brittle. So you can think about the aluminum as a little bit softer, right? So adding a little bit of that aluminum just kind of like makes the whole thing a little bit softer and maybe more pliable. So it's a little bit easier to machine, and maybe it won't like, I don't know, if it's going to bend, it can bend and then maybe go back in place or something. Josh says they posted something on Instagram about sparks. I know I saw like they were doing an ad, right? I know I saw like they were doing an ad. They did not an ad, but like some sort of advertisement. There was like a graphic. Is that it? Oh, fucking son of a bitch. Oh, this is the video. You can barely see it. So look on the left side. Look, I don't know. I can barely see. Okay, here, there's the audio. So see down the barrel. Oh, that was a slow motion one. See the little pops of glow? Although I don't even know where the gun's at. I can't even tell what I'm looking at, though. I can just see a glowing thing every once in a while. I don't know. It is cool, though. It's pretty fun. Oh, this is what I saw. It does not look like... Well, you know, it actually might look like that if you have, like, the correct lighting and stuff, but... from my experiences, it was not that extreme. We'll let this play through again. Yeah, I mean, maybe if you light it better, light it well enough, maybe you put a bunch of sand down the barrel, that'll work. Huh. It's cool. It's just a barrel. It's probably just going to shoot as straight as the stock one. For glow ball. Yeah, for sure. You'll be able to see sparks at night. Joe, yep, if you put that on your 90, it has to be a 98 though. 98. What else are we doing here? Everybody make sure to like the live stream, and then we can move forward with more paintball stuff. What should we talk about, though? Should we do World Cup preview? We'll just do the World Cup preview. I have a bit of a preview kind of stuff we can talk. We're going to talk a little bit about some World Cup stuff. And then we'll talk about the Cyborg after that. I'm going to put my headphones on for this, though. Maybe not. World Cup preview week 2. World Cup. World Cup takes place only a few short days here. November 12th through the 16th in Kissimmee, Florida. You can watch it at MajorLeaguePaintballPlus.com, MLBPplus.com. Race to Pro. Oh, no, we're not. We're doing that. We're going to do these standings first. So the first, we're just going to cover maybe what to watch for in the semi-pro division. So the semi-pro division this year has essentially, I wouldn't say, we would say dominated by BR Factory. BR Factory stands for Bear Ridge Factory. Most of those guys are playing out of Georgia. Bear Ridge Factory. Bear Ridge is a paintball field. A lot of those guys also play at Prime Paintball. Something I did notice, the BR Factory at World Cup is changing their name to the Jungle Cats. I think that they're changing their name to the Jungle Cats because they assume that they're going to get put into the pro division. As we can see right here, they have 388 points. So it's very likely that we will see the Jungle Cats / BR Factory playing in the pro division in 2026. BR Factory this year, they got second in Tampa, second in Atlantic City, first at the Midwest Open, and second in the Texas Lone Star Open. 2024, they pretty much dominated Division 2. They won the overall series in Division 2 as well. So what would have to happen for BR Factory to actually lose? Probably the best way for BR Factory to lose, or say for LA Collision to get promoted up into that pro division. We can see right there we have Collision, Wild Side Distortion, and the New Jersey Jesters. If anybody is going to be able to best BR Factory at World Cup and take the pro spot, it's going to be one of those 4 teams. But the only way it can happen is if LA Collision, if LA Collision win, BR Factory would have to get 6th place or worse and then Collision win. You can see if Collision gets second, BR Factory have to get 8 or worse, but that also means that, Wild Side and New Jersey Jesters also have to do poorly as well. They can't, Collision just can't get second, and then BR Factory gets 8, and then Wild Side wins, I don't know what would happen there. There's a bunch of different things that could happen. If Collision got third, BR Factory would have to get 9th or worst. And then if Wild Side wins, BR Factory would have to get 7th. If they get second place, BR has to get 9th place. The New Jersey Jesters, if they win, BR Factory has to get 10th. So essentially, I wouldn't say it's locked up in the bag. But it sure does seem like it. They have to get 6th, and Collision are going to have to win. Collision, there we go. I was going to say, did win the Lone Star Open. So it is possible. But we can see the BR Factory guys, they've been on the tournament, I should say the finals field, every single weekend. Here they are right here, winning Lone Star Open. We'll just fast forward a little bit through this. I don't think we have too much crazy audio. So the Pro Division will have, no matter what, a brand new team next year. And then on Monday coming up, we'll actually cover which pro team is going to get moved down into the semi-pro bracket, at least maybe possibly which semi-pro team or which pro team gets pushed down to the semi-pro bracket. We do often see too when those when those pro teams get relegated down into the semi-pro bracket that they don't last either. A lot of the times they just fold and kind of go away. So hopefully that doesn't happen this time. It kind of looks like it'll be Leverage. And we'll probably see BR Factory, known as the Jungle Cats, playing pro next year. There's also 3-on-3. 3v3 is also happening. And here are all your 3-on-3 teams. There are some teams missing. There's too many for me to tell you which ones are missing. Actually, I don't think I see San Diego Dynasty. I do see San Diego Dynasty. Somebody fill me in. Who am I missing? There's some teams missing on this that are not going to be playing. Where's Leverage? Leverage is not on there. Leverage is not on there. So we're missing Leverage, which isn't that big of a surprise. Leverage is one of those teams that, they don't got so much money, so it's difficult. So Leverage having to pay a bunch of money, they make you pay entry to play. The Tauntauns, there we go. Okay, Tauntauns are missing. The Tauntauns will definitely be there. Tauntauns FSU are missing. Good call. I think those might be the only two, right? New York Extreme's on there. I thought so too, John, for a second, but they're in the top right. Yeah, but you do have to pay entry and stuff for this, so it's like, some of those teams just don't have that extra money, which totally get. But we do see some of those European teams and Papalato coming over from Brazil in there. We see the Lucky 15s. We see Breakout Spa. And then we're missing another Euro team. Breakout Spa. Dynasty's in there. Dynasty's third from the bottom on the right. Who's the other Euro team we're missing? We have Breakout Spa. We have Lucky 15s. We're missing someone. Who are we missing? Joy Division. Joy Division is not in this. Joy Division. That's what we're missing. Joy Division, Leverage, Tauntauns. Those are the missing teams. Which kind of sucks. I'd like to watch. I like the Tauntauns. So Tauntauns and Joy Division would be fun to watch. 3-man. 3-man is on the 12th as well. So 3-man does take place on Wednesday. World Cup is one of those crazy tournaments where it's literally almost all the time. So the 12th, it starts Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We shouldn't really even say that. It's really 5 days. Really, you're going to say Wednesday is 3-man. Then X-Ball starts. you get another X-Ball day, and then you get another X-Ball day, and you get another one. So there's really 5 days. Because the tournament is so long and there's so much happening kind of on the pro field, they're running 3-man. There's also the Commander's Cup, where like the military play, like you get Army and Navy playing, and Army, Navy, Air Force. I don't know who else. The military, you know, those guys play. So it's really difficult. It's not enough time. So they have to actually run additional matches, or run some more matches on Thursday. So we get like 5 days of paintball, which is kind of crazy. Verbal? I can only imagine. I'm so exhausted thinking about it. Me too, and I'm just watching it at home. Man, we went, I thought of Space Force. We need ice for sure. We need ice and then random departmental and security bounty hunters. That's great. I like it. Dude, it would be so funny to have ice. It actually wouldn't be funny. I don't know. Anyway. Joy Division will be playing World Cup, yes. So every World Cup, or at least for the past couple years, we've been doing like invitation things. So yes. Oh, so those are all your World Cup teams right there. We can see some of those some of those teams, like Breakout Spa actually all the teams on the very bottom. Breakout Spa, Lucky 15s, Joy Division, Papalato. Those 4 teams right there have been invited over. So the 3 teams on the left, Breakout Spa, Lucky 15s from Staffordshire, and Stockholm Joy Division. Those are the ranking for the National X-Ball League in Europe. So those are the top 3 teams. And then Papalato won the Latin American X-Ball Championships. So that's how they got the invite over. Make sure to give the live stream a like. Like the live stream. Give the live stream a like. Or something's going to happen. I don't know. Maybe if you want to... Damn it. There we go.
The Toulouse Tauntauns.
If you want to become a channel member here on YouTube, you can get early access when it is available. This Tauntaun video should be up any day now. Channel members will have early access
It looks like pure gumption
to
might
watch
be
this
enough
video.
to carry them to a win. Then a ref swoops in and grabs a gun for a velocity check. 352 feet per second. The number just isn't illegal, it's dangerous. And for a moment it made the Tauntauns the most hated team in paintball. This isn't a routine velocity check, it feels like an ambush. Proof of cheating, or a freak accident that could have happened. The Toulouse
Tauntauns is pretty good, it's pretty exciting. The Tauntauns shot 352, a very high velocity. If you want to try to catch that early, you can follow that link right there. Any of you channel members will get early access. You follow that link right there, or there's links in the description. It's pretty easy to become a channel member. You get early access to videos. You get exclusive member-only videos. There's a handful of them on there, like the debrief kind of commentary, director commentary we started doing. 20% off the Paintball Room My Live store. Members only live streams, like Thursday, this Thursday at 4 p.m. There will be a members only live stream. And you help support the only paintball channel on the internet that's doing this right now. Yeah. Tauntaun's confused feet per second with the metric. Yeah, that's an old joke. That's an old one. It's funny how many times I probably saw that comment like so many times on PB Nation looking through stuff. It's funny. Any of you channel members boosted right here? Thank you.
The Toulouse Tauntauns are
Oh,
up
more
3-0
Tauntaun stuff.
and fighting to get back into the...
Okay, let's talk about the Cyborg. That's next on my list. More Cyborg. It says more Cyborg. What we're gonna do, MacDev released a video, I think like 2 days ago or today or something like that. So we are... Oh, there we go. I'm like, why can't I hear the audio? So what we're gonna do is we will watch this video together, and then we're gonna talk about it.
Grundy, and I'm in product development at MacDev. Today, I'm really excited to share with you
We're gonna start over.
the design of our new limited edition
We'll start over.
flow,
What's going on?
highest flow, fastest solenoid that there is, pound for pound. Hi everyone, my name's Bert Grundy and I'm in product development at MacDev. Today, I'm really excited to share with you the design of our new limited edition Cyborg. When we decided to do a limited edition, it had to be a recognizable Cyborg. It had to be fast, efficient, good on fragile paint, all those things, but it had to be...
That's what it looks like, though. So that's the new Cyborg. I still don't know 100% what to call this thing. I don't know. I just have Cyborg Collector Limited Edition here, because I don't know if they've like really said the full name. Just every time they mention it, it's just like Cyborg Collector Edition or something. So I'm not sure. Let's
innovative and
continue.
new and fresh. So let me just take you through what we did with the gun. We did a lot of things new that we've never done before or refreshed. We went through every part of the gun and reworked or redesigned everything. So there's nothing which we've reused. And I'm really proud
This is only like 4 minutes long,
that
so
we've
it's not like crazy.
redesigned the gun from the ground up. So if you look at the body, let me show you the body first. The lines and style of the body run all the way around the gun. We've made milled front caps and a milled back cap that allows us to style and finish the gun all around. So you'll see that it's neat. There's no screw cap there. Also, we've put classic shaped eye covers, Cyborg eye covers on there. But what's new and interesting about those is that they're toolless with a magnet fixture. So you can just pull those off quite firmly. We've also got an
Does this
open
look cool?
classic Cyborg bolt with a low profile solid aluminium pull pin, which is great because we can match that pull pin anodizing to the gun color, and we do. Also, we redesigned and reworked the entire electronics package. So you'll see that
Yeah,
here
normally those
in
are
the
like stainless
classic
steel.
Cyborg single button design, but with the more modern USB-C rechargeable LiPo system inside. If you look a little further
LiPo.
up the gun, we talked to our friends at Deadly Wind and collaborated on a custom Deadly Wind whip tip, which is configured to fit and work well with our Shift 4 insert barrel system. We also set up a more modern vertical front grip design for the gun. So overall, outside, you can see it's a Cyborg, yes.
It does
but
look long, though.
There's no Cyborg that looks like this, really.
You look at it from like that, and it does look like kind of tall, right? I mean, it looks kind of tall, but long. But that's typical. I mean, the MacDev guns have kind of
All
always
outside, you can
have been long. They feel good. I mean, I've always liked the way they feel.
See, it's a Cyborg, yes, but there's no Cyborg that looks like this, really. But as new and fresh it is on the outside, a lot more work was put in on the inside. So if I cut away the gun a little bit, let's just chop it.
This is
You will
what's
see the
interesting.
first thing you should notice, let me draw your
This is
attention,
mainly why we're watching this.
is down here in the grip, there's two regulators. So this type of gun needs two. We put them both together in the grip. And what that allowed us to do is to decouple the regulators or make them independent of each other. And it's a difficulty of many other poppet guns is that when you change one reg, it changes the other downstream. These two are decoupled, which means that changing one cannot change the other because they both have an input directly from the AIRE system. What that means is that you can set and forget the LPR, and in changing the velocity, it won't change your cocking pressure until you want to change it. They're both high flow, high precision regulators, which lead straight up through our new electronics package to our new Cyborg solenoid. Now, the only legacy of older Cyborgs is this solenoid spool, which still remains to this day the shortest throw, highest flow, fastest solenoid that there is, pound for pound. So this solenoid absolutely drives the performance of the gun. If you know anything about poppet guns, the key things are the speed and response of the hammer and the volume in front of the valve. So you'll see that we've used our fastest solenoid mounted directly to a direct port hammer. And we've also, if you look closely at the volume in front of the valve, it is absolutely enormous.
Yeah,
so there's so much volume in this gun, which means
about.
it's available to fire the ball, and we can tune and lower the pressure, which will give us a smoother, quieter shot, softer on paint. And we've configured that valve to be a balanced valve, which will also allow us to tune down and lower the cocking pressure, which will give us a smoother, quieter shot with less recoil.
I mean, it is
so
kind of cool,
though. You can see
though.
clearly in here that we've put a lot of work into the gun. We've designed it in a way to lay everything out in a logical fashion to put it straight up into the gun and give us a very efficient, powerful Cyborg model, better than anything we've ever done before. I'm very, very excited to present this to you guys, and I hope you enjoy shooting it as much as we've enjoyed it.
So what I think's crazy, we're gonna try to look at the iPad. Oh, it still works. Cool. Okay, so this is the LV2 from Planet Eclipse, right? And I would say that the LV2, you know, most people are probably going to say it's probably the smoothest shooting and like quietest poppet, I don't know, stacked tube style gun ever made, right? So that's the LV2. This is damn. Bang! Hopefully we're still there. Okay. So, this is the LV2. And one of the things that I find like kind of crazy is most of these guns, right? Here's what's happening, right? So when they were explaining like on the MacDev gun, there was all this like, this is an actual video. Can scroll around, or let's see, whatever, that's good enough. They say this whole entire area, we can kind of see that coil looking area, because that's a big spring in there. So that entire area is just open and can just fill with air. So typically what happens is you can have paintball guns like shoot two ways, right? You can either have a really hard quick burst of air. So say like Titmans and Spiders, right? They're really high pressure and the valve just goes bang. It's just open, the ball comes out. It's really fast. Or you can have lower pressure and more volume, which means it's, lower pressure. So it's opening the valve slower. It ends up using like the same volume of air. It's the same amount of air. It's just a lower pressure and the valve's open for longer rather than higher pressure and shorter and quicker. So that's kind of one of the reasons that these like higher, lower pressure guns. I have the Tauntauns in the background. These like lower pressure guns shoot a little different because of that higher volume and the like bolt kind of being open longer or something like that. So adding more volume makes you think that maybe you could even lower the pressure like even more, because this is a crazy amount of volume. I mean, like half of the gun is like hollow. So it's kind of wild. Where if we look at the LV2, right, like one of the smoother shooting, quietest guns ever, this is mainly, we have to go back to my correct mode. This is where all the volume is. So it's still, still they have both a ton of volume, right? But just look at it and it's kind of like, wow, is it like double the amount of volume? It's kind of crazy. Whether that actually like means anything in the real world, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does. We'll kind of have to wait and see the thing. One of the things I also find kind of always interesting is most of the Poppet style guns, like the Planet Eclipse guns, or the Bob Long guns, they have this ram or hammer. So this big heavy piece, that big heavy thing actually goes forward. This big heavy piece right here goes forward and hits that, and then it lets the air out. But this rammer, that like purple and green colored thing right there, I always think it's interesting. Like these guns, if we notice, it's like so much smaller. It's like so fat. It's like all little and fat versus being really long. That's got to have something to do with how it impacts the face of that. It has to be able to, somehow that affects it. Being fat versus being long. Somehow that has something to do with it. But I just thought that's interesting how much more, how much more volume it has. Something else kind of interesting they mentioned were the decoupled regulators. There's those regulators right there. So on the LV2, there's also 2 regulators, just in a different position. So these style guns have 2 regulators because they have one pressure that shoots the paintball. So they have the higher pressure one that shoots the paintball. And then they have a lower pressure regulator, which is, I believe, the purple one. I always forget. The low pressure regulator that actually controls how much pressure is used to like recock and move the bolt back and forth. That area right there, but it's yellow so you can't see. So having both of these regulators and then saying they're decoupled, a lot of the times the way it works is you'll have your compressed air tank will go straight into the regulator, the high pressure regulator, and then it like splits off air other places. So this appears that it will go to the high pressure regulator and possibly the low pressure regulator separately. So rather than having one direct line of air go to the high pressure regulator, maybe you have a line of high pressure that goes to the high pressure and then another one that goes to the low pressure. Because sometimes what'll happen is if you have that high pressure reg feeding directly into the low pressure one, if you turn your velocity down, it can like affect that low pressure reg because you're now feeding the low pressure reg less pressure. Yeah, I don't know like heaps and heaps and all about the technical stuff with this, so I'm not 100% sure if any other companies are even really doing that decoupled regulator. I have heard that word before, so I don't think it's like only going to be found on the MacDev guns. I also wonder another thing, they did say LiPo. So if they are using a LiPo battery, that means that LiPo battery can be a lot smaller than like a lithium ion battery. They're a lot more energy dense, so they can make them quite a bit smaller. But I'm not sure where that battery is. You know, it looks like this is all like electronics right there. Here is your solenoid, I believe that is all solenoid right there. So I don't know where the battery'd go. This is probably all thick with regulator. This is a screen. I don't know what that big empty spot is though. Maybe it goes in there. Oh, to the dually rigs. That's right. The old dually rigs for the Intimidators were decoupled. Sure. Were they? I don't know. Anyway, MacDev coming out with stuff. What I just like to see is that it's not just a rehash, right? The one thing I was kind of wondering was it was just going to be maybe...
Highest flow, fastest solenoid that there is,
we'll
pound for pound.
Play,
Hi everyone, my name's Burke Grundy and I'm in product.
The one thing I was kind of hoping that it wouldn't be was just another like Cyborg 6, just, you know, tweaked a little bit. And it kind of is, but it's this same, you know, style gun. We can't really do tons and tons with this Poppet like stack tube design. You're kind of limited. So, yeah. I lost my train of thought. Yeah, I like how they're, you know, it's a different gun. It's not like just a Cyborg 6 that looks different, you know. So I like that. MacDev. What are you guys talking about? Let's turn this off so we don't come back to it and it's playing. Battery is LiPo that's rechargeable. It's in the grip. Which grip though? Like the foregrip? The trigger frame grip? Like what the hell is in the foregrip? You know, like it looked like nothing was even in the foregrip. I do not believe they've given a price. I have not seen a price. I kind of poked around. No price. I would bet, I don't know, 18. There you go. Clifton Luther, right? Yep. 18. Yeah, that's probably my guess. But the MacDev guns have been a little bit cheaper recently too. Like, if we go, let's just go to MacDev Paintball. Was it like already in there? Bam. Oh. Okay. Muckers. I don't even know what they are. See, yeah, 15. So that's what I was like, they're not as expensive because, like, you know, the Lux Idol came out at 1800. The Planet Eclipse guns are at 1800. So these being a little bit cheaper, I probably could still see that 18 price because they're just not selling as many, you know. These looked really cool. These Cyclone ones looked really good too. Like, doesn't it looks really good. I think it looks cool. Yeah. So probably 18 because it is limited, you know, maybe more than that even, but I would I don't know, imagine probably something like that. MacDev's underrated. I don't think they're underrated. They're probably rated accurately. Yeah. I don't know. That's my take on MacDev. That's about all. What else we got on here? Oh my God. This happened last 2 weeks ago. We gotta listen to this. This happened, guys. I did this. Okay, everybody listen up. Gotta make sure we have audio. As possible. Alex Spence. Spence passed away some time ago. Maybe 12 years ago, maybe longer. A longtime Tampa Bay player. And I did not know him, but I believe was beloved by literally everybody. So I know a lot of people liked that guy. Bart Yakimek. Okay, Bart Yakimek. Okay, well, Alex is not dead. So Alex Spence, he's not dead. Yep. You know, I thought he died. Even when I was talking, I was like, this doesn't sound right. I was like, yeah. I was like so unsure of myself. You know, whatever. He sent me a message on Facebook. It was pretty funny. I don't think I've laughed that consistently at something for a while. So I think he thought it was funny, and that's all that matters. So many people have been dying. I was like talking about somebody else dying too in that video because they were like, you know, nominating people that passed away, and I don't know. Yeah, he didn't die. He did have a bout with leukemia multiple times, and yeah, I just remember. Hold on, we'll find something. They yeah, Tim is definitely leftist though. Let's find if we can find Alex Spence headband. There he is, right there. Not dead. I don't know. Because at one point in time, there was like a big fundraiser thing for him, and everybody, like a lot of people bought like headbands, and they were like these specific headbands that said Spence on the front, and I don't know. It just popped into my head, and I was like, oh, that sounds like he died. I mean, it's a nice memorial headband, right? I meant to do that at the very beginning. So, Alex, let me know when you die. And we'll do a memorial. Anyway, that's all we got to talk about. That's all my... Oh, I thought this was kind of funny the other day. I watched this the other day. Oh, man. I watched this like... Oh, my gosh. I don't know. 40 times in a row? Okay. I think I remember the timestamp. Yep, 7:35. I don't know if we're going to get kicked off the internet for this or not, but look at this. The guy, okay, so Mahomes passed the ball. Boom, he fucking smokes that camera guy. Yeah, I laughed at this so hard. So, camera guy, top right corner. Boom! So good. Boom! I don't know, the NFL's crazy. I just thought about the NFL being insane. They'll probably try to eliminate my whole entire channel for that, so go watch that. It's really good. I'm just like, man, at least that doesn't happen to us on the sidelines. At least I'm not getting, like, taken out. Verbal, there you are. I thought about all the, like, paintball photographers on the sideline, and I'm like, dude, at least that's not happening to you. I mean, at least you're not getting, like, tackled by guys and stuff. It was so funny. It doesn't actually hit the guy, though. It just, like, scared him. He was, like, down. It, like, hit him in the hands, and he just, like, freaked out and jumped back. It was funny. I was dying. Brad has the best content. Okay, I thought you were going to say something. I think you're going to ask me a question. Brad has all the best content and the most up-to-date paintball news and events. I shouldn't. I hope not. I have the most up-to-date horse news or something. Some places it says like horse training tips, that I provide horse training tips. I feel like there's nothing there. I could go like this and it's like a crazy shadow and it looks like there's like pizza sauce in my mouth. Funny. Yeah, I used to do the actual paintball news thing. There's some other guys doing like paintball news stuff, but you just got to be willing to eat shit and not make any money, and most people aren't. So Brad has the best dressage news. I have my cousins into the dressage. Not really. She's like more to jumping horses, but you know. Petaluma has turf. Wow. You know, I have to give it to a lot of the paintball fields. Man, a lot of the paintball fields have seemed to like kind of hopefully been getting better, you know? I really hope that like night ball is better. Man, I want to go play Wednesday nights in the summer so bad. I mean, I go to bed at like 9 o'clock now, so you know, it's still light outside in the summer at 9, so maybe it wouldn't be like night, but you know. Well, my paintball live streams are usually just me railing the NXL. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you obviously see the NXL way better than I do. You know, you're at the dang things. I don't even know anything. I don't ever know what's happening. The only thing I ever know, you know, is what's happening on Go Sports. So it's like, you know, it's Go Sports or I hear some other person, you know, say something about it. I don't know. I don't know if the NXL is doing poor or not. I don't know, you know, I really don't. I mean, the one thing that I hate about paintball is it just doesn't like, I don't know. I don't know, actually. I don't know how to like articulate what I don't like even. Which I guess is good and bad. I don't know. When does the field layout drop? I know it should be out Wednesday or Tuesday, right? Did they come out on Wednesday? I think it should be out this Wednesday. I think. The tactics or the attack ticks? Oh man, I can't. The tactics. I like that. I like everything they make. Everything they make is really cool. They sent me some of those headband heroes, which we're gonna do. I want to do something else on. I've been waiting for them to get them back in stock, in quantity. I did see the like titanium barrel back. That was kind of cool. It's kind of neat. I don't know, Aaron, you comparing paintball to the yo-yo community? Those people are crazy. We're not as crazy as the yo-yo people, are we? 190Rs? Nope. Nope. Don't, we kind of think there's going to be a new dye gun too now. I kind of think there's going to be a new dye gun. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's not also. I just kind of like, I don't know. Someone was saying some stuff and it's kind of weird to me. Let's go look at their site. I really like the like headband hero things. What I would really like to do is get some sort of cool promo code for everybody so we can like buy some, you can get some of these things. They're really kind of cool. They're obviously expensive, you know, it's not like, oh man, they did get a shitload of them back in stock. Okay, cool. Awesome. Because I wanted to do a little like a thing for them, but I wanted to wait until they had more of them back. Cool. Yeah, they're really cool. I mean, it's kind of, you know, it's obviously like a, you know, need this thing, and it's kind of novel. But it's kind of wild, actually, how well it works. Like, they work really well, and it does hold your headband in place, and like it is comfortable, and like it's kind of like, I was kind of like shocked. I mean, you know, there's so much stuff that like people just make so much stuff, you know? Everyone's just making stuff to make stuff. And I don't know. So it's very rare that like I come across a product that I'm like, what is this thing? You know? And then I'm like, oh, it's actually kind of cool. It's very rare. It's not happening that often. So, yeah, it's kind of cool. But yeah, you for sure don't need one. Could you could probably 3D print them for sure. I'm just wondering. Yeah. You could for sure could. I'm thinking about where they might be like weakest at. I don't know though. These are so much better. I mean, what makes these nice, what makes these cool though, is that they're made so well. I mean, it's all machined aluminum, so they like, I mean, they fit together flawlessly, and it's very well made. So that's kind of one of the things that like I like about it, right? So if it was made of like 3D printed and it was $30 or $20 someone was selling them for, or you know, you could make them yourself. For sure. I probably wouldn't print the whole thing though. I'd probably put it together in pieces. Like I'd probably screw it all together. I don't know. Yep. But having it be like, you know, all aluminum is what makes it kind of like nice, you know? But for sure, you don't need it. I'd make it out of wood. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, they're definitely expensive. They're outside of my price budget. They're definitely aluminum. Yeah, no steel ones. That would be cool, though. I want titanium one. I have some titanium stuff. It's all cooking equipment. None of it's out here, though. I'm like looking around to see if I have any titanium stuff around, but I don't. It's all shoved away in a backpack. Ooh, bread ties. It's almost a paper clip. I prefer the old just do the knot. I'm going to implore people to like the live stream again. Before you leave, make sure to like the live stream. Maybe leave a comment. I have some new merch coming next week. I got some samples for some new hats that I wanted to make for a very long time, and some sweatshirts. Not new designs probably on sweatshirts, but new blanks, so that I wanted to get better high quality blanks. So I ordered a bunch of sweatshirts. So I'll have new sweatshirts on the Paintball Ruined My Life store. We'll go to the Paintball Ruined My Life store right now. You can buy stuff if you want to help support this paintball channel. You can go to pbrml.com. It will take you right to the Paintball Ruined My Life page. You can see, I actually put stuff on here. I actually put things on here. But you can go to the store right there. There's hats on there, but I'm going to put some more hats. I'm going to put new hats on there. As well as, I think, one new hoodie design. Paintball stuff. Headbands. Headbands are $30 a piece, or there's the 3-pack. You can get the 3-pack. I still don't know why Firefox. For some reason, Firefox just does not like these images. It does not serve the correct size images. You can pick, your 3-pack. You can pick, whichever ones you want. You can go, those ones look cool. Let's do those ones. Just buy them. It's that easy. You can even, if you're logged into if you're not in Safari, you could use Apple Pay or whatever. Yeah. Barrel covers, also. Paintball Ruined My Life. Stuff. Josh says a solid. Okay, I thought you said I sold. I was like, you sold the dye titanium gun? I was like, I don't think so. One year at World Cup they had the carbon fiber DM4 or whatever, the dye DMC. That's probably the closest you're gonna get to a crazy gun. I would say probably the DMC. Donald says he's never been shot in the nuts. Well, I have. Just once. Real bad though. My whole my nuts were just solid purple, dark blue. It was terrible. Maybe I can't have kids. I don't know. We haven't checked. It was really bad. And ever since then, I've worn a cup. Not necessarily a cup, because for a long time I wore paintball pants that had padding in the crotch area. And yeah, I've only been shot once, in the nuts. It was only one time, so it wasn't, I'm sure people have played much longer and it's never happened. Yeah. So yeah, Alex Benson is dead. I'm kind of excited to watch 3-Man for World Cup. 3-Man is cool. The problem with 3-Man is there's so much goddamn paintball. I gotta watch paintball for 5 days straight. It's crazy. Daniel with the most asked question I've probably almost ever gotten. Where did the Paintball Ruin My Life name originate from? I've always wondered if there was a backstory to that or anything. Well, you know, I always wanted, I mean, I think that, you know, I always wanted it to be a clever name, right? So, like, there's a bunch of, like, you know, sports teams that have blogs and stuff like that. And there's, like, they have a bunch of weird names for all the, like, websites and blogs and stuff. They don't really do that as much anymore, but they did. I always wanted it to be a weird and interesting. And remembered that it kind of came, I thought of this, the name, Paintball Ruined My Life. I thought about the name, and it's actually a orange JT shirt. So it's actually a JT shirt that they made back in the day. I'm trying to find a good picture of it really fast, but I don't know if that'll work. Will that work? No, that's not what I want to do. It's also not what I want to do. This is like the smallest picture known to man, but you get an idea. It said like that on the, it said that on the front, Paintball Ruined My Life. And on the back, it said, but it was worth it. Or no, it said Paintball Ruined My Life, and it said, but it was worth it on the back. Yeah. And that's that. That's pretty much it. The backstory behind this shirt is that Oliver Lang apparently came up with that slogan, and he came up with this shirt design. I don't know though. That's what Oliver says. Oliver said that, so I believe Oliver. I don't think he's lying to me. There's your origin story. Pretty exciting. When does one's life truly become ruined by paintball? I don't know. It's always been kind of a joke, but maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, that's how Paintball Ruined My Life started. Well, that's how the name came about. Yeah, there were just a bunch of like, I don't know, like, was it SB Nation? I don't know. There were a bunch of like, there were a bunch of like, you know, like NBA blogs that I used to like follow, and they all have like weird names. And that's kind of what like made me sort of want to be like, sort of think about it. Like, Preacher Hoops is for like, see, they have all these like different names. Like the Spurs is Pounding the Rock. The Sixers was Liberty Ballers. They have all these like weird names for the blogs, and it made me kind of think about what I could make paintball one. Yep. Are you going to start making marker reviews again? Nope. I will not be. Negative. Mainly because nobody wants to watch those. Nobody watches them, so I don't really, you know. Some brain says, Brad was my Lyft driver yesterday. A Bradley or a Bradford? Maybe just Brad, too. Yeah, a lot of people live in their cars. I mean, if you're driving Lyft, I mean, yeah, a lot of people live in their cars. It's crazy. People be broke. This world be expensive. Joshua, any rumors on the ICPL being done? I don't know, but I really wouldn't be that surprised. I mean, really. It seems so like half done for a very long time. It's very like half like effort or something like that. And it's crazy that Tom Cole's even doing that. Like, he needs to, I mean, he needs to focus just on the NXL. Like, maybe have someone else try to run the ICPL or something. I don't know. But trying to do all that stuff for him is probably just too crazy, I imagine. Gonna be crazy. Ronald does. I watch the reviews. Yeah, most of you guys probably do. But, I mean, just... No, I mean, you know... Nobody else does. I mean, like, you know... Yeah, it's difficult. Because, like, you know... A video gets 10 times the amount of views in, like, 10% less... 10 times less the amount of time? I don't know. Why hasn't Hormesis made a Paintball Ruin My Life headband? I don't know. I don't know. They've made one for everyone. Oh, like maybe like I don't know. I hear what you're saying. I don't know. I hope they don't. I don't know. Do I get like a cut of the money? Donald says, I like your opinions. That's good. Sometimes we disagree on things, but we are human. That's true. Maybe. I mean, oh yeah, you're a human. I thought you had a dog picture on your name for a second. This doesn't look like it. It's more like a motorcycle. But the icons on our names are like this big, so I cannot really see what it is. Maybe we're human. I don't know. It's rumored that the USBXL could be replacing the MVPS series here in Florida. I don't know how true that is just yet, but definitely the MVPS. Huh. So like Mike Hinman would make a new league in Florida? Because USBXL is all Texas, right? I mean, they would probably be making a whole new league, I assume. Huh. Yeah, USXBL and this, like, WCPPL, it's interesting because, you know, I mean, they're at the point where, like, I mean, these tournaments are really, really big. Like, I don't know if we just look at, like, the WC was a few weeks ago. Like, they have so many teams, you know, like, well, I guess ranking works. Oh, wow. Like, look at all the teams, you know, like 15 in the Premier Division and then, like, fucking crazy. 29 in D3 and 40 D4 teams. It's like, it's a lot of teams, right? I mean, it seems like they're like almost about half of the size of the NXL or something. So it's like, I don't know. It seems like they're kind of maybe growing. The more regional series maybe are growing a little bit bigger than whatever, NXL. Interesting. Or they got hit by they got hit by a storm or something. Man, yeah. Yeah, it's interesting how these like regional things are bigger. I mean, I don't know. I really wish we'd have more one-off tournaments, you know. I wish there was like one big, you know, random one tournament. Which is a little bit harder to do in this X-Ball format. I think it was a little bit easier to do the random one-off stuff when it was like 7-man. Dude, I hate this goddamn fucking time change, I'll tell you that much. It's dark outside already. Shit drives me crazy. I want it to be like sunlight all the time. I don't think it's gonna happen though. Alex Spence lives. All right, I don't know. Hit me with questions. I don't got anything to talk about. What should we talk about? I forgot my freaking smoke was on. Listen how loud that thing is. It's gonna get real smoky. Financially, way better to play regional. Heck, I think better prizes now too. A verbal says, yeah, that's probably true. It's definitely cheaper, but like, is it as fun? You know? I don't know. It's definitely not as fun. But you still kind of do travel. I mean, you know, some guys are like, you know, driving kind of far to get to the tournaments and stuff like that. It's definitely not as fun, though. It's definitely not as fun. Having played regional and local, the time change is just bullshit in general. I just want it to be, I just got to move closer to the equator so that I can have sunlight permanently. Nothing's louder than the mechanical loader. I almost grabbed it. We're not going to grab it. Damn, that's a lot of smoke, though. It can't be good for you. It smells kind of good. I kind of like it. Yeah, Chris, weren't we supposed to, like, not change times? Like, in California, we voted for that, like, 8 years ago. What the fuck? Nope. And then didn't, like, they had, like, some new federal... They, like, introduced a bill or something like that, like, last week. And then, like, one guy decided they didn't want it. I don't know, dude. I think we should also go to UTC. So, like, right now, it's 1:28 a.m. Let's just use UTC. We should all go to Universal Coordinated Time. Man, Cheech and Chong. Daniel said Cheech and Chong. I remember watching those movies when I was like a kid. And they were on like Comedy Central, and I'm like 12 years old watching Cheech and Chong. It's like, should I be really watching these? It'd be crazy. You have to smoke so much to make it foggy like this. It would be so much smoke. It would be crazy. I'd be like, oh, my eyes would be hurting because it'd be so smoky inside. Yeah, UTC offset. Yeah, dude, I'm down for UTC. I don't even know. Like, I remember World Cup. I remember World Cup always like being on no, maybe not always, because I definitely remember having like paintball practice and being like, hella guys would always be late. You'd get the one guy who's like an hour late and he's like, oh, sorry. Or some shit, I don't know. But I remember like World Cup always being like during daylight saving time switching. I don't know though. Who knows? Josh says, I think we see that HK Hopper with a built-in camera they've been working on at Cup. I doubt it. I don't. I don't know. I would be surprised if they come out with that. I know that it like seems like they're gonna do it, but like I would be surprised. I would be surprised. I would be very surprised. I mean, you got to think about like how much it costs to develop something like that. So like to come up with a new hopper from the ground up, I mean, if you're like, let's say you have it designed and everything already, like it's already designed and all we got to do is like, we're at the point where like we've designed the hopper, we just now have to make it. And I think by the time you're at that like, we need to make it stage to like, it's made and here's our first section, here's our first lot of parts. I mean, I'll bet you're into it like 250, 300 grand or something like that. Maybe like 400. I mean, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? And I just don't think anyone would buy a camera or a hopper with a camera in it. You know, they're going to have to be able to incorporate a different manufacturer's product somehow. Because like, do you want the HK Army action camera? No. It's going to be awful. You know, you want the one made by Insta360 or GoPro or whatever. You don't want the HK Army version. So it's going to have to work with like, yeah, an existing product. And I don't see like that many people wanting it, right? I mean, maybe the hopper works fine and it's like a $200 hopper or whatever, and it's just like normal price. And like you can put a camera in it or something like that, but I don't see like the market being big enough, right? I mean, how many people actually film themselves playing or like want to film themselves? It's obviously more and more and more and more, but I don't know. I just think there'd be there's like a better camera system. Somehow someone could do something better that was more universal, you know? I have no idea though. I don't know. I just don't think a lot of people would buy it. I mean, I don't think a lot of people would buy it specifically for like the camera hopper thing, whatever. Because like, you know, I don't know, just how many people use the cameras in general. And like Dye made that one clip thing that went on the side, you could mount a GoPro to it, and like nobody does that. I mean, very, very few people do that. The only thing cool about it being in the hopper is it's like taken off. Like it's you don't have any other extra attachments. But like, I mean, you can just put a GoPro, you know, you can just mount your GoPro on your barrel and you're good, you know? I don't know. You just don't need it. I don't know. Working retail for a very long time in paintball, I think I've gotten a good tuition about what people are going to buy or not. Everyone is like, oh, the meta glasses are the solution. For real, for a real broadcast, they are pretty useless as they are only vertical. Well, it's stupid because there's lots of other cameras that, you know, if that was the answer, then like, it's not the answer. You know it's not the answer. Those people are confused. I mean, it's no different than the setup I've been using for 10 years, you know? Just because, like, it's in a, like, sleek, cool package doesn't mean it's, like, the answer. Because if anything is the answer, it's like helmet cameras. It's all of this. It's just these things. It's just a freaking helmet cam. No, you need, like, a race helmet. I cannot spell for the life of me. We've talked about these cameras before too, dude. It's not like, these are not like new. This is not new in the world. Oh, whoops. In the world of the Paintball Ruined My Life live stream. This is not a new situation. Because they make this, you know, these cameras have been around for a long time too. This is really cool though, but you know, we could easily put this inside your paintball mask and then, like, you know, jippity jap jap. You got that cool POV view. And you can just buy these things right now. It's not like, you know, you can just go buy them. Not that they have one there, but I don't know. They are available. They do exist. So just do that. Doot, doot. Good to go. Yeah, I think the barrel cam makes the most sense. I mean, I don't understand this point of view because it's stupid, because you're goddamn, like, it's cool looking if you're like, you know, don't have your gun up. But as soon as you put your gun up, it's like, you just look at, like, you just see the back of a hopper. So for sure, you need, like, the barrel camera too, which is kind of the hopper, you know, it's kind of that hopper view already, which is hopper camera or whatever. The nil of the NXL, they do. There's drones and stuff for sure. They do. I mean, they're not like, you know, fucking POV drones zipping around the field. You know, but they have one that, like, you know, top down, and they'll move it around a little bit and stuff. Headband heroes. We were just talking about you guys. Yeah, I know. We talked about, like, me doing, like, a little, like, a long time ago when you guys sent me like the headband hero. I did like a little thing on it, but I hated it. I didn't do a good job. And then I tried it again and then did a bad job again. And then I did a giveaway and then gave it away to somebody, but my friend Chris has it and I was going to get it back, and I was waiting until you guys got more, and I was going to, like, send a message over or something. And I see that there's more in stock. I always struggle with the name too. A tactics. I struggle. I'm dyslexic, I think. I don't know. Yeah. That's about it. Tactics, yeah. I know. Every time I just think it's wrong. I just think it's wrong. Because I'm like, I want to do it right, and then I just assume that I'm wrong. So I'm just like, I think. I even, like, can see how, I know, I'm just crazy. It's also better because 99.9% of the people that, you know, ever, you know, communicate about the company don't ever say it out loud either. They just, like, you know, type it. Just like Paintball. Paintball's always had that problem. It's like when the, damn, there's always been products that people just don't say right. Damn. What am I trying to think about? The, not Valken. The Sly Profit. Everybody used to say Profit. It's like, no, it's actually Profit. It's not Profit. It's the Sly Profit. I don't know. We need those little... What do we need? We need those little dishes like the NFL. What? For audio? For audio? Verbal. If it's for audio, I've thought about doing that I've always thought about that. Dude, I want to build, like... Because you can buy those reflective, like those parabolic dishes, right? Yeah, a parabolic mics, yeah. You can just buy the dish, right? I think you can just buy... Yeah, here you go. You just need one of these. Just get one of these and you're set. If we just got one of these to the field, we'd be ready to go. I think you can just like buy, I mean, maybe you do have to buy like the whole microphone, right? I don't really know. But I think you can just buy the dish. So you can like use existing microphones and stuff. I've always wanted to do this because even with like even with this microphone right here, whatever, you know, shotgun microphones, dude, you can crank those up and like spy on people at the field. It's really fun. And ooh, it'd be crazy if you got one of those babies. Or we could just get some laser mics. Wow, yeah, that would be really cool though, dude, to get like really long lens. Like you have like a, I mean, I don't know what lenses, but I think like a 300 millimeter lens with like one of those microphones. And if you could like pick up the conversations at like with like a 300 millimeter lens, that'd be so cool. Although I think you need like another person to hold the microphone. Just like, God, you need a guy that just holds the microphone the whole time. Huh. I know the NXL's coming out with something else, right? Don't they have like a new something or other going on? I think they're coming out with like a new video, right? Coaches shows live. Dueling. We have dueling live streams. There we go. Let's watch this real fast. Let's see what this is.
At the end of each year, the end of each year,
Dude, I really don't know how the webcast works at all. Like, I truly don't know at all. Like, I don't know anything about the webcast. Like, I don't know who works for it or anything. But I'm so confused by this picture. Is this in the trailer? This doesn't look like a trailer. Is this like, where is this? This looks like it's like off-site. Was it like ESPN? No. That's definitely Go Sports.
End of each
and then this is also confusing to me too. Where is this person? Dude, their equipment costs, like, it's crazy.
The world's elite descend on the outskirts of Orlando, Florida, drawn to the biggest stage the sport of paintball has ever known, where legends are made and history is written. Major League Paintball's NXL World Cup.
Here we go. We got the best teams in the world here.
All year long, the greatest paintball teams on Earth have been battling for their place in the National X-Ball League season rankings.
Yes! Let's go!
Yeah!
What the
Yes! Let's go! Yes! Let's go!
with the final event presenting an opportunity to claim the series crown.
This is PhD level gunfighting. This is what you're gonna get.
And this year, it's anyone's for the taking.
They can't make mistakes.
Everybody step the up. You match the force.
We gotta fight!
History's done right now. Let's go!
More than 20 pro teams prepare to write their next chapter.
Not going to be easy. Let the strongest survive.
But first, we turn back the clock to the previous event's finals matchup between Edmonton Impact
Give me one kill.
Embrace the challenge, guys!
and San Antonio X Factor.
Come on, baby. Let's f***ing go. We know what we have to do. Hey, don't start it if you can't leave it on the field, Mouse. I love it. This ground is sacred now. Our f***ing tournament. Start it if you can't leave it on the field, Mouse. This ground is sacred now.
That was pretty good.
Start it if you can't leave it on the field, Mouse. This ground is sacred.
As editor person, I like this.
Hey, don't start it if you can't leave it on the field, Mouse. This ground is sacred now.
We step beyond the paintball field nets for an all-access storytelling experience
Billy B.
that takes you deeper than ever before.
Got shot in the face.
Good ball, Dane.
We're Team Impact. We are from Edmonton, Alberta. We're Canadians, right there.
In Major League Paintball's road to a championship.
All right. All right. I mean, that's why they hired those new dudes to get it started. It looks pretty good. I mean, it's edited well. I like the teaser stuff. It's edited well. Seems cool. We'll watch it when it comes out. I imagine coming out pretty soon. Yep, tomorrow, Tuesday, the 4th. The 4th. The 4th. Verbal, is any of that your footage? We'll find out. 2023 Fit Semi-Pro Pit footage. Oh, was that 2013? 2023? Yeah, they never contact you? Yeah. Yeah. That sounds right. No one ever contacts me either about anything. I mean, I don't know. I shouldn't say that, but you'd think that more companies and stuff would reach out. But they don't, which is weird. You know, I don't know. I hear you. I'm with you. I'm with you. It's kind of like I don't think that there's a lot of people in the world who think as critically or as interestingly as I do about paintball. You know, like because I have to mainly. It's not like I'm like, you know, doing it just cause. It's kind of because I have to, you know. I don't know if I'm right or wrong about anything, but I sure think about it maybe more than anyone else. Not anybody else, for sure not. For sure not like Darren or any of the guys over at Major League Paintball, for sure. Yeah, I mean, that's something that I've always like, you know, I have two things really. I've always said that like, you know, I wish that the paintball industry or like, you know, was, I don't know, did more, like reached out to me more or whatever, but that's like also stupid. You know, I also realized that like, why would they? You know, like maybe as a company, it would kind of make sense to think about that stuff, but like, it's also on me. You know, like I can also reach out to these people and see if they're interested in things. And that's truly what I need to do. You know, I'm so bad at that and like just so bad at it that I need to be better at that. And it's also like on me, you know, to contact companies and, you know, or whatever. So yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Everyone in paintball should be giving each other reach arounds. I don't want to reach around. I mean, there's, you know, a couple people I might take a reach around from, but most of you know. Yeah, I think no one comes knocking because for me, I think it's because I don't put myself out there and try enough, you know? Because I kind of feel that like I should have like some sort of like benefit from this something. I don't know. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Paintball. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. It's almost 6 o'clock. And it's totally pitch black outside. I got up this morning and I was like, oh, it's totally light. weirdly enough, tonight, like, I got up at like 7 o'clock, like right on normal time today, and I was like, it's bright as shit outside, which I kind of liked. Verbal, you're also got that right. They also, a lot of people just, I mean, fucking Christ. I mean, my biggest problem is like, man, people just don't reply to stuff either, you know? Like, I get it, like, you don't have to reply to me, but like, dude, like, so many of these videos, like, I don't know, like, the Tauntaun video recently, like, the Tauntaun video is not out yet, but it's completed. I'm waiting to find a sponsor, hopefully, for it. Whatever, Tauntaun video. I tried to contact a couple people about questions I had about that video, and like, I don't know, just nobody responds. So it's like, I don't know, like, I don't know, you know, I want to say something, but like, I'm not really sure if they feel good about me saying this, you know. I reach out for a little bit of clarity, or like, you know, maybe we could, you know, you could tell me what happened or whatever. I don't know. But I don't know if the people don't see this stuff. I don't know if they just don't reply. I don't know. You know, I don't know. But it's like, that's the reason that I've never interviewed people for videos or never included other people in videos, because it's literally impossible. It's like, I don't have the time for it. You know, I gotta try to do these videos. I can't like do a video and then wait for 3 weeks for someone to reply, and then, oh, I can finally, you know, write this last paragraph, and then I gotta contact someone else now because a new question came up, and then I gotta, it's like, fuck, it just takes forever. Which I understand too, you know, like I don't think that you know, people should have to reply to me, you know. Fuck, I don't reply to shit a lot of the time. So, you know, I get it. But that's kind of why I don't ask to. Anyway. Old Soul, what do you say? Then we're going to go. Paintball used to have a decent amount of collaboration. Look at Bud Orr and Tom K. They helped each other. Then everybody started getting all isolationists when money started flowing. You're right about the money thing. I think that's probably a true thing in most industries. You know, I don't know a lot about like other industries. You know, I haven't worked in other industries really ever. But I could for sure see the same thing happening in everything, right? I mean, because when you get into it, like when paintball like first started, it's just because people liked it, right? You played paintball only because you liked it. There was literally no other reason. You didn't have like some huge multi-million-dollar business. You didn't have like 8 paintball stores and like, you know, 7 fields and like all this stuff. So it was just because you loved it, and everybody was like barely getting by. So I think that there was a lot more of that like collaboration because it was more about just liking it and like being friends. It was just, you liked paintball. And then for sure, yeah, money comes and it just gets different, right? I mean, I get it, right? I mean, think about like if you're Dye paintball, you know, right? If you're Dye, you need to make, you know, when they sell a high-end gun, Dye needs to make, I mean, honestly, it's probably a 75% margin. When you're buying a Dye gun, when you buy a Dye gun from dyepaintball.com, they probably make 75% margin or 70% margin. And they need all that money, right? Because, you know, making this stuff's expensive and they're not selling like millions of paintball guns. So they need as much money as they can, where it's hard when they're collaborating and spreading all the money around. It's difficult. You know, it's like paintball ruined my life. You know, I'd collab with people, but at some point you like might not make as much money, but it's also possible to make more. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. But I could see the same thing, you know, everybody being cool in the beginning, and then once money starts to get in, it's like, you know, it just gets different. I talk about skateboarding all the time. And I don't know a lot about skateboarding, but I think that they're like two industries that we can kind of like we can look at it and kind of like a lot of similarities with paintball. And skateboarding was for sure more collaborative in the beginning. And now all those companies are just owned by like, you know, hedge funds and whatever. Okay. If you're a channel member, maybe you want to become a channel member. If you are a channel member, this Thursday, Joe, at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, there'll be a members-only live stream on this YouTube channel as well. I don't know what we're going to talk about. We kind of just hang out. Typically, we've been like, it's like a office hours thing where I'll like talk about videos I'm working on, or we'll look at that kind of stuff. In the meantime, come back Monday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Next Monday, on the eve, no, almost the eve, like the eve of World Cup, we'll have another preview. It'll be the last World Cup preview. And I don't know, maybe we'll have some new stuff to talk about by then too. You know, maybe JT will release those new goggle frames. Maybe we'll see a new dye gun or something. Yep. Okay, guys. Come back next time. I'm leaving. Bye.